Now, they're going to try to give Jack Draper the credit for bringing Vuori to tennis, but our guest today is the real OG, one of the cleanest ball strikers in the world, ATP title holder, UCLA legend, and California personified. Marcos Giron, welcome to the Changeover. Yes, people, we are late again. My name is Justin Roberts. That is Jody Maginley, and we make up the Changeover podcast. And today, we have a big guest. I would say he's a pioneer in the fashion space in tennis. Like they're gonna try to give Jack Draper all the credit for the Vuori coming into tennis. But the first time I ever saw the brand, it was you. You were wearing like all these yoga Cali brands. So we've got Marcos Giron on the podcast today. Thanks for taking the time, brother.
Thanks for having me on. Just Marcos and fashion icon, just 101. Good
so
stuff,
right,
though. Thanks for the plug. I appreciate it,
for
man.
sure. No problem. You're currently in Japan right now, and we actually just had ramen. I was just curious, what do you think? Better food, China or Japan in your travels?
Dude, I'm flying into China today, man. I can't get. I don't want to say anything too before I go.
That didn't go great the last time.
This is horrible timing to ask that question, Justin. It couldn't be worse timing to ask that question.
You can just say positive things.
Nah, the food here, Japan's incredible. Dude, it's incredible. The food is so good. It's so clean. Dude, and everything, man. You go to the mall and you get the Wagyu beef and it's like reasonable. Ramen, insane. Last week we were in Chengdu and it's like known for like the hot food, like the chili, the Szechuan, the chili pepper, the tofu with the crazy pepper. And so I'm like, I feel like my system was prepped for a little bit of spice, and so we actually had a little spicy ramen. The food here is insane. The ramen's good. The sushi's a joke. It's just, we actually went to the fish market yesterday and didn't see the live auction, but they show like what the record fish is, and the thing is 400 kilos. I mean, you're like, oh my god.
That's how.
And you a Cali boy, so you grew up eating like sushi and stuff, no? Like it's pretty common. Or not really?
Yeah. Grew up eating sushi, but I feel like I don't know. I didn't really love fish until I don't know. I was probably a teen, kind of like I had a little salmon sushi, but then I don't know, just kind of. Now I love it. It's great. How about you guys? Do you guys eat sushi, or do you guys like fish, or are you guys do you guys?
I don't eat as much fish as you would think. Like, but
really?
For me, I know. Yeah, the Bahamas. I think they eat a lot of like shellfish,
We
like
do.
conch and stuff. But we don't really eat as much shrimp as you would think. I mean,
Shrimp.
fish. Sorry, as you would think. I don't know why I said shrimp. Yeah.
I actually love seafood. I love seafood. Yeah.
Okay.
What's
Yo, I'm so tight. I'm so tight to eat seafood on the road though. I'm scared of food poisoning. Like bad, scared.
Yeah.
Like Titans fall at tennis tournaments with the food poisoning.
Do you experiment on the road?
It's tough because like it's tough because it's like one of those things. It's like, okay, we're here to compete, we're here to perform, but you're also like, man, like we're traveling every week, get really cool experiences every week, so like it's kind of tough. So if something looks good and it looks like, okay, let's have a little bit of fun, we'll have some fun. Like last week had a couple chili peppers. Am I good with spice? Not really, but kind of had to experiment. Okay, I had to see what it's, but yeah, man, it's hit before and it's not good when it does. But it's tough. How about you? But do you guys like to explore experience or nah?
I don't mind experimenting. Like I can get bored of the same thing sometimes, and especially if you're somewhere where something is good, and you want to try that thing, I would go for it. It's gone against me once in Peru last year. I had some ceviche and I was bedridden for for a good few days. But yeah, I tend to have a pretty good stomach. Like we used to play these futures in Cancun, and people would always get sick from the food there, and I never got sick. So I think, I don't know. I just think
Stuff.
I think I have a good stomach for it. So I don't think I'm afraid to try this or that here and there. But as you say,
No.
you are there to compete, so you don't want to put yourself in a shitty predicament, for lack of a
Yeah.
better.
That's
Yeah,
usually
yeah,
the
no, yeah. No, for me, I'm good. Like, I had PB&J sandwich for lunch every day from like elementary school until high school, so I can like eat the same thing every single
That's your
day. I'm not,
lunch.
That's
dude,
elite, by the
dude.
way. Elite food. Peanut butter jelly sandwich is top tier food.
In dude,
You know
elite.
Uncrustables? You know what that
Insane.
is?
Oh yeah.
Uncrustables is I'm addicted. Like if I eat one, I can eat like 10 of them. Like it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
do you go
So
strawberry or
good.
grape?
I can mix it up.
Mix it up, doesn't matter. Okay.
Mix it up, yeah.
This
Yeah,
is
no,
some
so I
serious
can I can
bonding
eat the
right
same
here.
food every day, but I enjoy exploring. I guess.
Yeah. So the schedule after US Open, in my opinion, is kind of crazy. Like it felt like the Open finished, and then guys are just in Asia. So like you said, you were in Chengdu, so that's China, right? And then you're in Tokyo. Now you'll go back to China, to Shanghai, and then eventually you'll go to Paris in Europe. And then I guess the top guys will end up going to wherever the ATP finals is now. I think it's in Saudi or something. Like, how do you feel about the ATP schedule right now? Like, how has the is the way that the tour has been set up now, also with the 2 week Masters? How's that affected your enjoyment, let's say quality of life on tour, and being away from home?
Well, quality of life on back home. I mean, it's the schedule's nuts. I mean, from January till November, full. It's tough, man. It's brutal. Like this, it's insane. The amount of traveling you have to do. Everyone who probably listens to this, you guys, everyone who plays knows. But it's tough because it's like simultaneously. I think it's like okay, you want to have really big events. It's really cool to have the best players playing against the best people. But also, there's so many good tennis cities. There's so many good places around the world that deserve to see high level tennis. And so it's tough. It's like if you don't have this swing now, it's like when would you play in Japan? And Japan is an insane place. It's such a nice place. Um, and so it's tough. It's like okay, would it be cool to play in Singapore? Probably, but man, the time on the road is brutal. Like the swing from April through Wimbledon, everything in Europe. I mean, you go. It's like there's Monte Carlo. Then you have the 2 week event. You lose. If you lose early, then you're like okay, well, okay, there's a tournament. Like, do I go back home for 10 days or do I just stay in Europe for 10 days and I just wait till the next match? Playing Madrid, playing Rome this year, I won 2 matches. I played 3 matches and I was there for 11 days. And you're just like, man, that is
It's crazy.
like, and it's like, okay, the tournament starts Wednesday. You get there on Saturday. You're like, okay, I was in Europe already the week before. Well, I kind of lost. And so now what am I going to do? Go back home? Nah, be ready. And so it's just the time that you're going, and also the 2 week events are just long. Like even if you win a match or you have a day off, it's not real recovery. You're just kind of like, okay, it's you want to compartmentalize, you want to separate, but it's still like, okay, well, who do I got next? Okay, well, maybe I'm gonna bullshit a 45-hour hit that you're kind of like, am I gonna really work on the game? Maybe, but you're not really gonna do that much, and so it's just kind of like a weird like a lot of time on the road where it kind of feels like it's empty space where you're just like, okay, I'd rather just be battling every day or,
Yeah, it's like drawn
go
out,
and
it
win
sounds like.
or go home, one of the two, not just waiting around twiddling your thumbs. I don't know. That's kind of, but it's relentless. But yeah, so I think it's like a lot of big tournaments, a lot of big cities that need to, I mean, it's like also in February, you have the South American tour. It's like, man, okay, every clay court is going to be like, man, after Australia, I want to go to South America. But the fans are epic. The fans are
Yeah.
iconic. You go down there, I mean, they're going nuts. Played three Argentines this year, and every time I play them, like half packs crowd, but they're going nuts. They deserve to have they deserve to have a tour, but also when do you go? So I don't know. It's tough. It's not easy, and I don't know. I don't know what you do
Yeah.
about it.
It's tough because I think people underestimate the stress of just being in a tournament. Like, even if you don't have a match, let's say for 2 or 3 days, there's like a little bit of like low grade pressure that you're dealing with, like the anticipation of having to play. And then if you do lose, if you have like 5-6 days between that match and the next one, it, like you're saying, it is like it's a weird dance you have to do. Like, how much do I push it? How much do I not do it? And then you're not home. You're sleeping in hotel rooms every night. Like Jody was saying, he's thinking about starting to bring his own pillow on the road because he's struggling to get the good sleep. I think people don't realize how much it really does wear on you. And for example, me this year, I was in Europe and I ended up doing like a kind of a weird thing. What happened because of my entry? So I ended up playing a tournament in Germany, then Romania, and then Serbia. But I was alone, and I didn't realize. Because I pride myself as someone who doesn't mind being alone. Like I can tough it out and I'm fine. Like I don't mind me time. But I realized just how much like people, like having good people around you, people that you have comfort with, really energizes you. Because when I came back, I ended up going to a wedding of my good friend Ever, my old college teammate. And that week was like a crazy reset for me. Like it felt so good just to be around people that you're like tight and like that you love. But like when you explain this Europe trip, this Europe tour, it's like you're gonna be on the road now, I guess with you and your coach or you and whoever you travel with, just you and those couple of people for, it could be like 8, 9, 10 weeks. And it's like you're just stuck out there. I think people don't really understand how much it can weigh on you. And it brings me to, I'm curious, when you do go home, what do you do to reset? Like, what are the couple things that you need to have? Like, for me, when I get back, I love, like, I have some cousins who live nearby, and then I like to go to the movies just on my own. Like, I like a midday, what they call it, the matinee, get the popcorn, you go to the place where they have order the real food, you can get, like, the burger or the wings, watch the movie. Like, that for me, is like a good reset. What is the stuff for you to kind of get back?
What sort of movies do you go? Action, thriller? What do you like?
I like mostly thrillers. I like thrillers, but I don't mind sort of the best version of anything. So like if there's a good comedy out or there's a good horror out or there's a good, I don't know if I go so far as a rom-com, probably not. But the best of anything, I'm down to watch it. If it has good reviews and it seems like it's a good movie, I'll give it a shot and just see what it's about. But what are the things for you that you have to do when you go home?
It's a mix. I mean, when I go back home, it's the things that you really miss are the friends and family. Like, and so it's like, okay, on the road, and I agree, it's critical. Like on the road, like having people that you really enjoy being around. And that at each tournament, there's some guys, and it's a weird mix on tour of there are guys that you really get along with, and some guys, and it's this mix of like, okay, you want what's best for others, but again, you're kind of you want to win, and so it's so the coach and who you're with is critical. And when I go back home, I want to be with my friends, I want to be with my family. Like I enjoy going golfing, I enjoy going out. And I just moved to Vegas, but being in California, I love going to the ocean. I love mountain biking. So a lot of outdoor stuff, a good barbecue and honestly, matinee movies are awesome. I haven't gone in a while since COVID, man. I feel like it's starting to come back a little bit, man. Yeah. But man, I used to do that quite a bit. That's fun. But yeah, it depends on kind of what if there's 10 days, you want to do everything. It's tough because you got to see everybody, and so it's like you practice, you train, drive to Thousand Oaks, see the parents, come back, see the friends, and so I feel like sometimes also when you don't have that much time home, you can kind of go like, all right, well, I got to do everything, and
bro,
it's never enough.
I'm never like home like in Antigua. When I'm home, I'm the same. Like I'm visiting everyone that I haven't seen in a while. But here in Florida, I don't have that many like people that I'm close to. Like I'm close to my coach. Justin, who I live with, and then there was like another friend, like close friend Shaq, who recently moved, and then there's a handful of others that are around. But like when I get back, I'm never home, and now I don't really have anyone to visit, so I don't even want to leave home. Like I just want to spend time like in the apartment, like playing video games, like resting, watching TV, like stuff that I just don't like. I pay rent every month, bro, and it's just killing me, and I'm never here, you know. So I just don't want to leave. Like when I'm here, like the AC is hitting nice, throw on a hoodie, watch some football, like
Different,
bro.
bro.
Yeah.
What temp do you keep your room at?
I don't even know. We don't change it.
It's on. It's on like
just-
70.
Yeah, that's good. It's nice.
It's on like 70.
So hot there.
My dad can't handle it though. When my dad comes to visit, he bought a heater. Like he bought like a heater for just his like space. So like when he comes, he'll come in the room. I'll go on the couch or something. He'll take my bed and he'll set the heater up right next to the bed. Just
No way.
yeah, he can't manage it, the cold.
That's good.
Hey guys, quick break from the episode. The best way to support us is to like the video, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the episode.
You mentioned the move to Vegas. There is a pretty well-known guy who lives in that area. One Andrey Agassi.
Who?
Do you ever spend some time with him?
He's a legend. He's awesome, and I feel like anyone who's had any time with him knows he just sees the game on a different level. He's funny. He's sharp. He's just, dude. If you're gonna be one in the world for 60 weeks and win 80 titles, you got to do something. Like the guy's insane, and he's like, and it's crazy. Yeah. If you see him and like a ball will go to him, he wouldn't have moved, and he'll rip it like you wouldn't believe it, and it's just like cold. And he's like 53, 54, and you're like, bro.
Yeah.
What? But he's rips, man. He's awesome, and he's I can't say enough good things about him.
Our good friend Carousel, who's also close to you, he said that just to ask you what God told you about the backhand. So I'm gonna leave that open ended.
All right, so you guys
I'm assuming that God must mean Andrey is what I'm assuming. So let's.
There's no way Crew is referring to himself as God, so it's got to be.
It's gotta be Andrey.
About my tennis HQ. Or no, Carousel HQ. Sorry.
Come on,
Yeah.
The rebrand. Sorry, that's my bad. You're right. All right. Well, do you guys have two-handed or one-hand backhands?
I'm one. So talk to Jody.
You're about to piss so many people off, by the way. I just want you to know that. You're about to piss off everyone.
I know. Whatever I say, okay. As a two-hander, would you hit the ball harder with just your left hand or just your right hand?
I think just my right hand.
Probably most guys. Mickelson, lefty. I saw you guys' video with him, and he's lefty, so he throws lefty. So I feel like you got to use both hands. I feel like every coach always talks about, okay, left hand, left hand, left hand. I think a lot of power actually comes from the right hand, and the left hand is the feel. And so I think you have to use both. Really, I think like for me, he really helped me like actually synchronize both and use both, versus just like hope the ball goes over there, And so I don't know. My opinion. In coaching, and it's always taught, hey, use more left hand. You got to use more left hand. You got to use more left hand. But sometimes if you're just forcing too much with the left hand, you're not letting it flow. Your right hand is your strong hand. Why wouldn't you use it? And so I don't know. So it's like optimize, make the best of what you got. And so that's my take. Keep it there. I'm better forehand than backhand anyway, so I don't know what I'm talking about. I see ball, hit ball. I don't know.
But I think you can see pretty clearly when someone uses more right hand and left hand. There are people who do like Caru's backhand is crazy. Like it's a joke. His backhand is so good, and he uses more right hand, and you can see it. Like we had I don't know if you remember AJ Catanzariti. Like he would say that his backhand is left hand probably, but you can see that it's not. Like the way he holds the racket, you can see that it's his right hand.
He
like,
pulls it with the right.
pretty clear. Yeah, he pulls the shit out of it. Yeah. So like, I don't know. Like I think if it's a preference thing. Like you can see like the guys that have like more left hand, more right hand. Just depends on the person. That's what I'm coming to, I guess, accept. I think in this discussion.
Yeah, I think also grips, like certain grips that guys have, so like how far you are over kind of allows for more left hand, more right hand, and so I feel like there's a little bit of that also. But yeah, if everyone hits the ball differently, so it's like what's going to work for one guy But it's pretty epic
I
that you
want
got
to.
a one-hander. It's got.
Yeah, one is so sick.
Bro, you have. I would actually say it's funny because you're both UCLA guys. You and Maki have like, and I think Maki's might be a little bit more on the rigid side, but like the flat forehand, like it looks flat. I don't know how you feel it when you hit it, but I feel like your forehand is like sort of a unique, like a shot production. Like you, sometimes you like it looks like you kind of massage it flat, and then sometimes you like really hit it, or like sometimes you feel like your face might be almost kind of open, but you hit the shit out of the ball and you keep it in. Like I don't like when people are being taught the forehand. Like I guess in our generation, there was like a lot of stress on like the spin and the whatever.
Shape.
Was there ever battles with you coming up with coaches or whoever was teaching you how to play about the technique and trying to change that, or was it always that you hit the ball so clean that people just said leave it alone and just let him do his thing?
Oh yeah, I think yeah, for sure. So I think there is a thing like, I mean, Evan King and I were talking about. I think like different sections, at least in the U.S., kind of like there's different styles of tennis. I think a lot of it has to do conditions. When you grow up in SoCal, all the courts are like not high bouncing. They're pretty fast. They haven't been resurfaced, and so it really is like when you see you're like outside the doubles alley and you're like, oh, I can go down the line, and you get rewarded for it. And so I think like you just from a young age you get rewarded for shots that you wouldn't maybe get in Florida when things are kind of bouncing higher, and you hit a high ball in like where I grew up, and the ball would just kind of sit. So like I feel like there's a little bit of where you grow up kind of really makes a big difference. And so but yeah, I was lucky with my coach growing up that he was very much like, you need to play aggressive. Like you're not going to be as good in the 12. You're not going to be as good in the 14s. And he was like, you got to be aggressive. And so I kind of had that outlook on like, okay, I need to play to win. I need to be aggressive. I got to be the one that's dictating. But then I remember there's a couple coaches at some point. They were like, you got to do extras. You got to lift the ball. And I was like, whoa, this is crazy rotation. Like, this is pretty cool to see the ball go like this. Like, I've never seen that before. And then like I was like, oh, went to you anyway. And sure,
STA. Say the letters.
You're ripping 50, you're doing 200s, you're doing 30 on, 30 off, 200s, and you're killing yourself. And you're like, oh my God, okay, like I'm crazy fit, like the ball's coming off nice. Like I'm gonna go well, and then I go to a few tournaments. I go for like a month and a half. I go to a couple tournaments, and I lose to a guy two tournaments in a row that I'd never lost to. They were battles, but I was like what happened? I would chop this guy, and I've lost him 2 times in a row. I'm working so much harder.
You want to go ahead and name him or no?
The guy's actually turned out to be pretty nasty. Johnny Wang, USC guy. He was nasty, man.
Okay.
You guys gotta check him out. By the way,
Okay.
Yeah, he actually gave Crew a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
No. He was actually unreal, and the guy deserves respect.
Okay.
No, and afterwards it was like kind of like, whoa, like, what's happening? And it was a weird thing of like, you feel good, you're playing, like everything kind of looks good, but it's just not as effective. And so, and then after that, it kind of was like a transition. You go to college, and then college, you're just like, you just want to win for your boys. And it was at that time, 2008, 2010, 2012, it was like Rafa came around, everyone's hitting with so much rotation. And so there was this thing where I actually think that after college, I was kind of trying to add too much rotation to the ball. And then it kind of took me a little while to be like, no, you don't have to. It's important to, you have to be able to play with variety and have to expose windows in which guys can't do well. But you don't have to hit heavy topspin on every shot. Like, play to win, play what's good. And I actually ended up shanking way more trying to hit spin in it. And it's weird. It just didn't connect. I'm a good ball striker, but when I try to hit spin, I was like, man, it's not that easy to hit the center of the string.
There's probably a little bit to it where I've heard Carew actually talk about this, where he's saying that maybe there isn't that much free will in tennis. Maybe just the way that you're made up it's better for you to play flat. Like your grips and your mindset, your style, it all lends you to being better at somebody who's taking the ball on and playing in probably like, let's say, tighter windows as opposed to these big arches, and it probably just suits you better. You probably play in that tempo and in that mindset better than, let's say, I don't know who plays with height. Obviously Rafa, like someone who's got like these big swings, and his game is those angles and those that rotation. So I just think it has a lot to do with also just genetics and just how you're made up, and you have to kind of embrace that, I think, or you spend a lot of time trying to be someone that you aren't, and that never really works. I think that always backfires.
Totally. I think every guy, like, I think there's a lot, like, again, I do think it's where you grew up, conditions that you play, who you played against. And it's like through years of playing, you just kind of see, okay, I'm comfortable. Like, oh, I see a window there, and your brain sees that. Maybe it's for whatever reason, your brain. And so like the openings that are there, it's like my mind sees that as opening versus other guys. It's just, it's not there, and so, I think because I see that, then you do it more, and then you're more confident, and it just builds on itself. But I agree. It's like, but I agree with you on that.
Can I ask a question about do you remember how the conditions were before COVID, like with the balls? Do you notice a difference or not really?
It's tough because before COVID, so because I really played challengers until through 2019. And so I feel like the challenger balls were heavier. Like you go to Tiburon, I mean, my God, the thing was like, trying to hit it past the service line is crazy. It's so heavy. And so for me, I was kind of, used to, like, I feel like you kind of were used to that. And so since COVID, every week the conditions are so heavy, they're so slow. And you just have to deal with it. It sucks. But yeah.
Do you like how the conditions are now? Because like to me, I guess I have a theory, and my theory is that the quality of the balls, since they're a little bit softer and they're not as bouncy and as lively as like before COVID, it sounds like kind of a hollow ball a little bit, like a what do you call it, the altitude balls, the soft ones, So it's like the ball doesn't get that high anymore. You don't have like these crazy like kick serves or guys ripping the ball over your shoulders as easily as before. And I feel like that probably plays into your game style a bit. You probably like just tee off like on balls around here. You probably would prefer that, no?
Probably, yeah. No, I play. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I think, but it depends. Yeah, it depends. I actually don't mind it when it's like a little bit heavier because you're free and you can just hit longer, and you trust that the ball's gonna stay in the court. And so, yeah, absolutely. But there's still some conditions. Like you go to Acapulco, and now that they're using the Dunlop ATP, they're there. This year was like pretty heavy, and it's just dead. But in the past, when they used the Wilson US Open, it was flying. And so, the Dunlop ATP really has muted things down a little bit. But I actually don't mind the challenge of it. It depends on who I play against, I think, really. Yeah.
You probably have the ability to generate pace better than the majority of the top 100, in my opinion. Like against like a majority of your, I guess, peers and people around your rank, and your ability to like create pace is probably better than majority. So it would probably be I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you, obviously, but like from the outside is what it seems like it would suit you more than it would suit like someone else, that can't generate as much as you would.
Yeah, I think I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. I think I can generate. I can generate well, and I mean, dude, I'm 5'10", 5'11". Like, I got to figure out ways to win, man. Like, it's like I got to figure out ways to win, and and so like I've been able to. Yeah, it helps. It helps when it's not above my head. Like,
exactly.
You're trying to figure it out from above my head, and so, but it's. And everyone on tour now is like 6'4", and so it's kind of like it's nice when things can kind of stay a little bit more my height, my level.
Because we were talking with Darian actually about how tennis seems to be a bit different now. It looks like ball quality is like at a premium, and guys are not doing as much of the like defense. I feel like used to be like high, like you run and you play like high cross. But I don't know if it has to do with people moving better or what it is. But guys are like in corners hitting the ball straight still. Like it's like it seems like there isn't as much. I think this was already a big difference between like the early 2000s where there was like many game styles and it's gotten less and less. But I feel like the difference in players now is even less. It's like everybody kind of hits the shell of the ball and moves unreal side to side, and it's like, and it feels that I agree with Jody that with the ball, they don't kick up as much. So it's like just being able to really strike the ball well is like at a huge premium. You don't get the reward for like playing, let's say, quote unquote, like heavy or whatever. Like I feel like those balls sit a bit more, as at least generally as what I see on the tour. Do you think the same or not really?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of everything. I think everyone now playing is soft fed Rafa. I mean, Rafa lifted the ball like crazy. I mean, you go to Spain, everyone's going to be lifting crazy heavy besides a few. But I think everyone's like has seen Novak and these guys play, and I just saw like, okay, what works? And like we've all been playing now with modern rackets, modern technology, seeing those guys just go and battle, and that you can. And I think mentally before it was like, oh yeah, it's normal for people to have holes in their game, and now it's like everyone is seeing that it's okay. You can have a game with no holes, and you can be aggressive, and you can. And so but I do think it all kind of goes, hand in hand. Yeah, conditions a little slower, balls are a little flatter, they puff up, so there's a little more freedom. Guys are also 6'4", crazy leverage, hitting the ball. You need to be able to finish a point. Nobody on tour is nobody's just missing balls just to miss. Really, some guys, there's openings, but no one's missing, and so it's like, well, how are you going to win the point? You gotta take it to the guy. You gotta expose their weaknesses. And so many times, you don't have to. I don't think you have to necessarily hit big to. You don't have to hit massive to create, those mistakes, but you have to show that you can. I think, to a certain degree. And so I think it's like guys are 6'4", they can all serve gigantic. And it's like, well, okay, and you got to see your opportunities. If you don't take advantage of your opportunities, the other guy's going to do it, man.
How do you approach that? Like when you start a match, are you a guy who likes to make a lot of balls in the first few games, or do you like to take some cuts so that people see automatically that, okay, I'm going to have to play with a certain quality today to not get attacked often and early and often?
I see it as what can I do in my game to win the point, and what can I do, and what does the other guy want to do, and what do they not want to do? And so it's like, okay, within that, how can I be offensive and take it to them? And so it's like, and so within that, it's like, okay, like maybe a guy's big, maybe he's got a weaker backhand, it's like, okay, I'm going to, don't be afraid to play their strengths, but I need to be aggressive. I need to be going, okay, how am I going to expose? If somebody tells me to make 10 balls in a row just to make it, I do not work well with that. I get bored. I get tight as hell. I get so tight. If you're like, hey, dude, just put the ball in the court, and you're like, dude, I'm playing the Open this year. I'm playing the Open. I'm playing the Open this year, and I'm getting ready to serve, and it's like 3-all in the fifth, and it's like second serve, and there's a guy who's just like as the crowd quiets down, he's like, just make the serve, and you're like, dude, what do you want me to do? Like you like this is what you're gonna say right now, like and you make the ball. The guy it's a second serve between, hey dude, just like put the ball in the court. You're like, what? And I don't know. I don't know. For me, if it's hey, just make the ball in the court, make more balls than the other guy, that doesn't work well with me. I get tight. My targets get closer. I play more defensive, and it's just like it's the effect. It's just a domino effect. Like that's a word. Effect, yeah. It's a domino effect of everything, rather than like, okay, how am I going to beat this guy? How am I going to take it to him? And how am I going to do this every point? Oh, this guy's feeling more comfortable. What do I need to adjust? Okay, what do I go from there? I usually like to come out and actually just go massive early. To be honest, like to loosen up the to kind of loosen up the arm.
Yeah.
Although, if you're in the warm up and you're kind of going a little too cool for school, and then like all of a sudden you're first serving, you miss first serve in the net, and you're like, oh God, have I?
So wait, in the 5 minute warm up, you're cracking it?
That depends. I'm not saying totally, but there'll be a few shots where you go nuke city.
Okay.
No
First game
kidding.
serving, come on, you got to go big, like free up the arm. I
Yeah.
don't
You know,
know.
I got in a bad habit, like I guess the last few months, like of not serving to like my maximum speed. Like I was serving like maybe for more percentages, like subconsciously than actually like firing it in. And we had Rajiv Ram on the podcast a few episodes ago, and we
Okay.
talked about like his serving mentality and stuff. And I was like, shit, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So since that episode, I started firing them in again, and I realized that like, the first two games, no, the first two matches were deuce games because I started with like one or two doubles or whatever because I just so wasn't used to like actually bombing. And even in the warm up early in the day, I wouldn't like actually crack serves. So then I was like, okay, you're starting slow serving now because you haven't like fired them in like months. So now like in the pre-match warm up and stuff, you have to like actually like crack them. So like you don't get to the match and now you're rushing, like the rhythm's off because you're trying so hard to bomb that you haven't bombed, you know? Like I got in that habit of just like playing percentages instead of like actually
Real.
cracking.
It's
Yeah.
real, and dude, in dubs, I feel like it's even more brutal. You're serving every other service game. You're like, yeah, and like you warmed up early in the morning, whatever, 2 hours before a match before it goes long, and you're kind of waiting. You're kind of warmed up, but you're like, oh, am I on now? Am I not on now? And it's like kind of like let's kickstart. Let's
Yeah.
kickstart the system. Be ready to go.
Bro, we spoke to Patrick Gibson, and this must have been earlier this year, but he played you. I think it was last year, Del Rey, maybe after he had like a good run in the challengers, and then he
Mhm.
ended up, I think, qualifying there and then making it a few rounds, and he ended up losing to you. And he said that the difference was that he felt his, let's say, rally ball was pretty much his, okay, serve and return also, but when the points got started, his rally ball was typically better than his opponents when he was playing the challenger level. And then when he came up against you, he felt like the ball quality was just that notch higher, that he was like falling behind in those rallies. What did what do you feel like is the difference between a guy like you right now, where you're ranked, and the guys who are consistently, let's say, like top 20, top 10? Like, what do you think that? So, like for him, he felt like it was maybe the ball quality that you possessed, and then like for you now, trying to beat those top guys week in and week out, what do you think it is for you that you need to turn up a little
Shape.
bit? Play more spin,
We
run
gotta
more
go a little.
200s.
We gotta go more revs, man. More revs. No, it's tough because again, like so with me, like I'm an aggressive baseliner, and I really I do consider myself one of the best from neutral. I believe that I can beat the best in the world, but the margins become so small, man. And I think it's like okay, I played Corda, yeah, 2 days ago or 3 days ago here in Tokyo. I win the first set. I'm winning more second serve points than he is. On my serve, I'm winning more second serve points on his serve. First game of the second set, I have 15-40. I miss a one backhand wide. Then he goes great first serve. Next game, it goes deuce ad, deuce ad. He makes a little adjustment. I make a sloppy error. I don't make my first serve. And then I don't get another. I get broken because of like one or two sloppy mistakes. He adjusts a little bit. And then I don't get another look at their serve. And then and so it's just like the margins are so small, man. Like those points of like 15-30 on my serve early in sets, those points where it's 30 all or it's 30-40 their serve, first serve. Can you actually execute on that? Like it's not to make any one singular moment more important than others, but but I do think that it's a little bit of it's the relentlessness of it, and to not to have those little micro opportunities and be a little bit more clinical with that, and a little more clinical on both my serve and also return. And is it just like, okay, maybe on those 30-40 points or break point second serves, maybe I'm not hitting the return quite good enough. But
Right.
then if you look at the actual stats and the whole match, most of the matches I'm playing, I actually do believe I'm controlling the situation, what's happening on court. But dude, I mean, you play center, the guy's a fucking buzzsaw, man. The guy just comes in and serving bombs, serving bombs, crazy execution. You play Fritz, and the guy's the best server in the world. He plays Zverev, best server in the world also. But then he asks a couple questions. So it's like, and so then the margins just become really small, and so it's in those moments just to not maybe have a slight blink. And I do think that, again, like as you get older, you get more experience and more confidence in what you do. And so from a neutral standpoint, I really do back myself, but it is those small serve a little better in big moments.
So what do you do in that moment? Like, do you magnify the moment? Do you put importance on the 30-40, the 15-30? Like when you get to that point, are you like putting big importance on that point, or are you zooming out and is it just another point? Like it's just any other point. Like what goes through your mind in those situations, or what I guess do you think is the right mentality?
We should probably ask Carlitos, huh?
He's doing it all right. It's kind of like I feel like I try and look at it as like, okay, what can I do best to win this point? What can I do best to win this point? Okay, like I've been doing and and so I try and look at it kind of as any other point, but hey, be ready for this. Like, okay, if it's there, be more aggressive, take it to it. I think there's a little bit of a natural tendency to be a little bit more passive in some big moments, at least maybe sometimes myself. And so I need to make sure that I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? And I'm going to do this with authority. I'm not going to kind of let this moment be, if I'm going to send it, don't miss in the net, kind of fluttery, soft and easy for the guy to take it. But like, what am I trying to do? How am I going to win this point? He goes here, I'm going to take my crack. He goes here, I'm going to go for it. And then, okay, where is it? And then go from there. But I do think also kind of settle down, like the duality of it. Like, okay, you're going to do that, but also settle down. You're good. Let's relax here. You're good. Like, don't worry. You could be your only chance, but like, don't worry. You're good. So I don't know. So whatever's going in there, who knows?
Is that breathing? When you're doing the relaxation, is that breathing or what?
A little breathing, a little positive self-talk, a little, okay, what am I going to do here? How am I going to go about it? Let's go. You got this. What can I do? Boom. Let's get this. Okay. But a little deep breath and self-talk, yeah.
Because you've done it. Like you have like a handful of like top 10 wins. Like I think, what was it? I see here like.
But this is what I was going to say. Like you said it yourself already. It's like if you go through those moments enough times, eventually there's going to be one where you're like, that you do it, and then it becomes a thing where you've done it before, you can do it again. It's like familiarity in a way. Like you feel the moment a little bit different than like questioning like if you can get it done or not.
100%. It's true. It's true. It is, and that's 100%. You get more comfortable with what you do. When you've done it before, yeah, for sure. The first time playing a top 10 guy, you're kind of like, can I get a couple games, And then yeah.
Let's take it a step further. So,
yeah.
2022 Australian Open, you play like a God mode Rafa. The guy comes back and he wins Australian Open. He's winning everything on pretty much that season. What is it like playing, let's say, older, but like obviously still pretty tip-top shape Rafa who wins the Australian Open? And what about Rafa's game do people maybe underestimate that he's actually really good at?
I actually think he doesn't hit the ball as hard as you'd expect. Okay. Hot take. I think his positioning every time he gets to the ball, you're like, oh fuck. Like, okay, so before you're like, he's gonna hit every ball to your backhand. You're like, okay, he's gonna lift to my backhand. But then as he gets set up, you're like, oh fuck, is he gonna go forehand line? Oh shit, no, of course he doesn't. He rolls it back, and so you're like, oh, one step farther back. So you're back, and then he's set up, and you're like, okay, yeah. Oh fuck, is he gonna go forehand line again? No, of course not. Like, and then in the next thing you know, it's just like, oh, 4 shots later and you're 15 feet behind the baseline outside the doubles alley, and it's just like relentless. And so I think it's actually his setup of like you really feel like he's going to be able to hit the ball anywhere, and it just causes so much like, oh man. Also, I didn't play well the 2 weeks before, and so when I saw the draw, I was like a little like, damn, I don't know if I'm ready for this one today.
So is it his like preparation that you like set up that you feel that he can go anywhere? It's like you look across the net and you see him like in position, like in, I guess, turned a certain way.
Well, I think it's everything. Like, dude, he gets to every ball. Like, when he touches the racket, he's going to ask the question. He gets up to the position ball so quick, and he's so prepared, and he can make contact at any point that he wants to, And so you're just like, oh, man, is he about to rip line, or is he about to rip line, or is he about to loop line, or he can go cross? And so he's there so early. He's up to it so quick, and then he's able to just kind of like play just within his comfort zone. And he can do it. It's not like you don't believe that he can do it. He can do it on he can do it on the forehand. He can do it off the backhand. You got him on defense, his backhand, and he can go chip slice this far from the sideline to your backhand, and he totally negates you, whatever you did. And so he's super accurate. He's like relentlessly there every single point. And yeah, I was not winning the neutral points there.
Okay. That's one guy who's like,
yeah, it's just, and then it's like, oh, he's got and then it's like a deuce point, and then it's like, oh, I got him on defense. He's there. You go drop shot, and he runs up, and he's like running, and he goes head fake, flick, cross angle, and you're like, oh.
There's got to be a nightmare when he goes like the backhand slice, and then it's to your backhand low. And now you don't know what to do with the ball, because like if you go cross, you see yourself already on tennis TV, the fucking running banana shot like passing you, like you see it already.
Highlight reel.
Yeah. You chip it back line and you run back is what you do. Don't give him the highlight shot.
Dude, seriously, man. You're like, okay, well, what options do you have? And yeah, it's just like, and the ball's also not that fat. He never hits the ball really that hard, so you never really have that much to work with.
Okay.
And so you're like, you're like kind of like, well, it's kind of short, but it's kind of high. It's kind of got no pace, but it's good enough direction. And if I step up and rip it, he can just like, hit this line, and you're going to cover 40 feet running back.
So there are like no good options really.
There's no good options. I don't know. That's where you use right hand or left hand on the back, and I'm not really.
Don't matter what hand you use, bro. It doesn't matter.
Bro.
2017 Fed, whatever he did.
Yeah, crazy tennis that. We've never asked anybody about playing a guy like Holger Rune, because he's a guy who I feel like, I know you beat him. I think was it last year? Was it last summer?
I beat him a couple times.
Yeah, I think he's top 10 at the time. Probably still is right now. I don't know what he's ranked right now. But he's a guy who you would see play ultra aggressive, but then also there'll be times where he plays crazy defensive. And like I feel like his how you're saying like Nadal is like relentlessly one way. I feel like Holger Rune, like he's like in between two minds of how he wants to play. And how is that for you as an opponent, having to deal with somebody who can hit the shit out of the ball 1 point and then the next point be 10 feet behind the baseline and not miss and just run? Like how do you approach a match with a guy like him?
It depends. Like
that match that you won. Like what was kind of the battle?
You don't hear the man say he beat him a few times?
Oh, it was a few times. God, my bad, bro. I didn't know it was multiple times.
Come on, man. Give me some respect.
From neutral, he's the goat from neutral.
The guy's like 18 and top 10 in the world. It's
crazy.
No. So it depends. Like honestly, it really depends, because it's like, okay, you play a Daniil. Let's say I'm gonna give an example of like you play Daniil and he's 15 feet behind the baseline and he goes little whatever the hell he's doing this high of the net, and it's like deep and no angle, and you're like, well, okay, what am I gonna do on this ball? Like, how can I get ahead on this? You don't really, like, you can't. With him, when he steps up and absolutely torquing it, it was like, okay, I kind of, do you believe he's able to step up and hit it off his shoelaces as hard as he can every shot? I don't know. Maybe he's going to rush himself. Maybe I'm able to, with my shots, the way that it go through the core, maybe it's going to rush him a little bit. And when he would go super, super far behind, it's like, okay, from back there, is he getting unbelievable direction or great depth or like really no? And so it was like, okay, super aggressive and way too massive, or super far back and no direction and depth. And so it would, if he was super far back and finding great direction, great depths, no pace, and it's just good enough to not be able to really take over, and he steps in and he's able to just control completely like all the time and be super accurate, then I'd be freaking stressing, man. But if it's kind of within that, like, so it depends really on the quality that he's able to present, and if it's over and over again. Yeah.
And what about a guy like Rublev, who absolutely just destroys every ball?
Insane, dude.
But it's like, what is the feeling of playing Rublev? I'm kind of curious. Like, what? Because I just watch him play, and it's like, it just looks like it's all out attack at all times, and it's like, that must be also.
Like, it's got to be like what you just described, the feeling that you want Holger Rune to have, like where your shot quality is going to be so high that maybe it rushes the opponent. Now, this is probably what it feels like to play Rublev. It's like that's what probably he's doing the same thing to guys. Like he wants to, like, rush guys and make them feel stressed about ball quality as well.
Rublev's arm's crazy, man. It's like, I don't know how it's like, dude, it's so loose. It's crazy how, dude, I played him in Rome night session, and it's night. It's like 60 degrees. I mean, this shit is heavy, and he's coming out and he's bombing. One of the points, he falls onto the ground. And like, it was a big point. It was late in the set. It might have been fucking set point, man. And he falls full on his ass is on the ground, fully unloads. He slips, falls on the ground, swings as hard as he can. And it was like, no one can like hit a full forehand from their ass and actually like hit a winner. It's like,
but he can.
I mean, dude, Holger can also run like a gazelle, man. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah. So I feel like it depends on the guy's movement, and Rublev, it's crazy. When he connects, he's gonna win the tournament. Happens. Yeah.
Can I ask one more question about going back to this shape thing? Like, you're a guy that plays, like you said, how you grew up in California with the conditions that you play like a lot more through the court. So do you then, like, is it tough for you to generate angle with not having as much like shape on the ball as what like maybe the people are taught to do? So do you like then go for like, I don't know, like quality through the court more than like breaking sidelines?
It depends on the ball that they give me, that the opponent gives me, honestly. Like if the ball is through the middle, it's not that easy for me to just hit a short angle. But I don't think it really is that easy for anybody to do it unless it's really hanging. If the ball's kind of a little bit up and there's a little bit of an angle to work with, I can hit that forehand down like flat as hell, short angle cross. If there's some angle, it's like, so. But then if the ball is like kind of, so it really depends on it. So I actually think that I can, but my first instinct is to go through.
Yeah.
Is like, and so, but it depends. So it's like sometimes, like, it's like, hey,
I mean,
maybe
it makes sense because, it makes sense because like if you don't have as much like forward rotation like on the ball, the only way for you to be able to get it like on an angle like shorter maybe is if you take off pace, whereas if someone can rip the ball like up and down, they don't have to take off as much pace. But if you're hitting maybe a little bit side of the ball, then the only way that you get it like short angles if you hit a little bit slower. So it makes more sense for you and your game to just go like through.
Or your name is Marcus Giron, you just feel it unreal and you just let it go. You just let it go. You are one of the guys I've seen. I don't want to say that you do it like crazy, but you've switched the setups a bit. Like I've seen you with different strings here and there, different rackets. Like when I first saw you, you were playing with Wilson. I think I was on like an unofficial visit to UCLA. I think you were at the time you were still maybe your last season, and I saw you playing there with the blade, and then your pro year. I've seen you most with the Yonex probably most of the pro career, but I've seen you switching strings. I was watching a video on Tennis Warehouse of you talking about not liking natural gut for your game because it was actually giving you too much power. So can you just kind of share with us your current setup, like the specs and the strings, whatever, and then kind of your journey with experimenting and what you're looking for from your gear?
Tennis, man, it'll make you crazy. You think you got some control, but man, sometimes it's kind of nah. It's tough because it's like the margins are so small, and so it's always kind of looking for, okay, what can I get a little bit more out of? And so yeah, I switched to Yonex back in 2016. Actually, so anyways, I came back from surgery and I was like, I switched to Yonex, and I was just like, oh wow, this is really good. It was a 97 1620. And I used that until 2018, and then they stopped that. They made I liked the 1620. I thought it was a great combo of spin, all that.
They wouldn't make you one?
No, at that point I finished that year at 3 hundo, and
Okay, so it wasn't enough. Okay.
they said, Marcos, you gotta win more, and I was like, all right.
Help me win more. What the fuck?
Yeah, help me.
If I use this racket, I can win more.
Yeah, it's a racket, man. Come on. And so no, anyways, then I actually switched to the V Core 95, which I was like, at the time I was like, man, it feels like in today's age, are you really going to go smaller in head size? It doesn't make sense. And so then when I switched to that, I was like, wow, this is unbelievably comfortable. It feels great. It's great for the serve. Like, I feel like I can do all the shots. And so I used that through, from end of 2018 until 2023. And at that point, I was like, okay, I'm trying to be more aggressive. I need to be able to take it on a little bit more, a little earlier. And so like the 95 there were so many good things about it, but I felt like when you're really trying to take it early on the rise, it's a smaller sweet spot. So to have just like a little bit more real estate. And so then I switched to the 97D, which is the 1820.
Okay, so you switch a lot. I thought it was a couple times, but it's like you switch.
No.
This is long.
No, and so now, anyways, I'm using that racket. Yeah. I'm using that racket. I'm actually using Alu Power Rough 125 full. It's probably 326, 27, fairly balanced. And so it's just like, okay, what racket can I do? Can I hit through? Can I hit on the rise? Can I attack? And when I take it on the rise and accelerate, that I don't feel the ball's gonna be gone. And can I get enough shape? I know I don't hit that much shape, but I'm like, I still want to feel like I can get a little bit of air. And so that's just kind of the transition of what maximizes me and what gives me the most options and comfort.
And the natural gut wasn't for you. It felt good, and it just didn't perform well for you, or what was it?
I mean, it feels a joke, and the ball comes off. It sizzles off the racket, but like, the depth control, man, you had to swing at it. I couldn't bun it, and so like the sidewinder, like when I kind of would go, you run around, and it's like, oh, I can't. There's no opening. I need to actually kind of slow it down a little bit, give myself a little bit of time. I could never slow it down, slow down the pace, and so I felt like, and I always had to add extra topspin to it, and I felt like it made opponents actually read me more.
Okay.
And so it was just like my control was not as good, and I felt like my accuracy wasn't as good. And when if somebody were to bomb a big 135 serve and I'm there to return it, I clench just a little bit more, and that's not good.
What do you string at?
About 50 pounds.
So not crazy high. Okay.
No. Karu's tight. Karu goes tighter, and I don't know how. Otherwise,
I thought you would be like closer to 60. I don't know, because just the way you hit. But okay.
I'm stringing up my racket using my Pro Stringer. I've had this machine for 4 or 5 years now. The Pro Stringer is a portable stringing machine. It's very durable. It's accurate. I never have any issues with the tension being incorrect and stuff. It's easy for me to know what to expect from the racket. And we at the Changeover actually have a partnership with Pro Stringers. If you'd like to go and purchase one, you can go to the website and you get to save $100 off a brand new Pro Stringer when you use our discount code Changeover in the checkout. So if you're interested in a portable stringing device, I highly recommend this machine. Saves a lot of money in stringing fees. And like I said, I take it everywhere I go and string all of my rackets on this machine.
I would love to hear your perspective on the UCLA infamous Pougey Net Touch. I know that was a heartbreaker. And we don't have that much time, but can you just go back to that moment? Like, it just seems like you guys are about to hold the trophy and it just gets stolen from you.
Insane, man. Insane scenes. It was like, honestly, like I'd never had a loss where literally I woke up for a month like, what just happened?
You
like,
felt it that long?
Dude, I mean, in college, like, man, in college, you know how it is. It's like you're like the only thing that matters is like winning. Like you need a win for the boys. You got to win for the team, and like the whole year is built around NCAAs. Like at UCLA, we're like fortunate we had a really good team, really deep team, but like it was like okay, you know, and we'd. I mean, dude, you could.
Yo, why you piss him off, Justin? Why you upset him?
No, dude, but it's like it's an iconic moment though. Like it's truly insane. Like you couldn't make that up against Mitchell Frank.
Hey, and he's the guy that would happen to. Like the way he just fought for everything, like crazy.
Oh, he's a legend. Don't get me wrong, but man,
Different.
Dude, yeah, no. So we were all lined up. It was like, okay, he's serving for it. Like, holy shit! Like you're like, okay, we have a good time. Also, that whole NCAAs, there's this blog that was like every match they were like, oh yeah, like the other team's gonna win, and so every match the whole team was like crazy chip on the shoulder, like these fucking guys don't think we're gonna win this match. Like anyway, you know, so so we were crazy hyped up going in. We were a really good team, but like, but yeah, going into that final one, we lose doubles. We lost doubles every time that year. Like it was crazy. We couldn't win doubles. But yeah, we're lined up and Pougey serving 5-3, 40-30. First serve, it's crazy windy also, crazy windy. First serve, and you're like, oh my God, you know, short backhand. You see him coming, and you're like, short volley, like all of us are lined up, and we're about
to sprint.
We're getting ready to sprint, man. and this lady told one of the managers, like, whatever you do, there's a woman, like after you guys win, there is a do not spill Gatorade on the courts. Like the women's match is going on afterwards. And you're like, okay, what, you know, like let's, yeah. And then you see, he puts a volley, you see Mitchell Frank hit the ball going up, wind, you know, that thing's gone. And so we're all kind of like, we're like all like about to sprint, and we just see Pougey turn around, walk away. Billy Martin goes from like, you know, he stand up, like looking up to just head down. We're just like, what happened? You know, we're all just so confused. Like we had did two steps forward to sprint, and those next 4 games went by fast, man.
And then the next month was very slow.
Dude, but nothing's like college tennis, man. Nothing's like it. Yeah. It's crazy.
Unreal.
You know what I watched a video. We've been having this argument, I would say now for about a month. Like at some tournaments, we talk about Steve Johnson a lot. Like it came up. So randomly yesterday on my YouTube algorithm, it was like Steve Johnson's, the video of his like 72-0 year or something, like how much of a joke he was his last year in school to win every single match.
Like how insane is that?
Yeah, it's madness.
2 years undefeated.
Undefeated,
crazy.
Bro.
Yeah,
dude, that's like, dude, respect, Stevie. That is insane. Like, dude, that is like insane. It's actually insane.
Yeah. He was like dying, like in NCAA's at the end. He was like sick and stuff, like throwing up, like
And just win it.
yeah, just win.
Dude, insane. I mean, he also like did that year, freshman year, we played them in the semis, and he won his match in literally 40 minutes. It was like, what? Is he that much better than everyone?
You know who has a lot of nightmares about some tough losses is my good friend Jody Maginley here. We do a thing on this podcast to end it is a little trivia, and typically we will go first to 3 correct answers. I'm gonna read a question to you, and once you think you know the answer, you can shout it out. You can interrupt me, whatever. But if you're wrong, Jody has a chance to rebut. And then if you're both wrong, you get to try one more time. And if you're both wrong twice, we go on to the next question. First to 3 correct answers will be the winner. I think the lag should even the playing field, I think, here. So question
For
number one.
the audience that doesn't know, Marcus has like a 1 or 2 second delay. Like so we
So
hear him
if he
like
wins
a little
this, wow.
yeah, that's bad.
Wow. Okay, question number 1 is a who am I? This player has a one-handed backhand, 3 Grand Slam titles, beat
Uga.
Novak Djokovic in 2 Slam finals. He is
Oh my God,
from
I went so
Switzerland.
Stan?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Stan Wawrinka.
Wait, did you guess? Did you guess something?
He said Wawrinka, but he said it after you. But I don't know if he heard it late. I don't know what the situation is there.
No,
but
I
heard you
definitely
first.
said it. But you said someone else's name, no?
At first when I just like instantly it was like 3 slams went back, and at first I was like, is he talking Guga Quirton over here? No.
That's not a bad shout. That's not a
No,
bad shout.
but I was going quick. That's premature.
1-0.
All right, go.
Name me a top 100 player, male or female, whose last name begins with the letter C.
Oh my God. Whoa, dude, how bad are we right now?
Last name?
Last name C.
Last name C.
C.
Wait.
Male or female, anyone.
Kazo.
Is Arthur Cazot top 100?
Oh
right now?
my God, bro.
Dude,
Arthur
what's happening here?
Cazot.
I think the internet went out, man.
That's not true. That is not true.
Arthur Cazot.
He's
ranking.
80. Oh, is that doubles?
Good
He's
job.
80.
Single, he's 80. Okay,
He's 80.
2-0
Come on.
Jody.
2-0.
Wow. Wow.
Dude,
Okay.
we're getting your confidence up, man. You're
on,
gonna do
come
well.
on.
You're gonna do well to finish off the year.
Come on. I'm posting this clip first.
You're going to see him in the
You got a
slums
good
next
year
year.
coming, man.
This clip is on Instagram tomorrow.
Okay. Finish the lyric to this
God.
song.
Oh, dude, I'm hosed.
I feel like this is more up your alley than it is up Jody's. And if it's not, then that's just racism. Sorry. Okay. Okay. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels.
The way you do about me now. The way I... Fuck, how does it go?
Wait, no,
The way
wait.
you do about me now.
Wait,
Marcos,
Zach,
he said it wrong. He said it wrong. He answered it,
the
but
way,
he
the
said
way
it
I
wrong.
do about you.
Yes. The way I do
Yeah.
about you now. Yes.
The
You said
way
the way
I
you
do.
do about I do. Or some
Whatever
shit.
the fuck, I don't know.
You said it backwards.
All right,
Come on,
I'll take the pity. I'll take the
We
pity
back in the
one.
fight. I don't believe
I don't like
that
winning. It's like I don't like
anybody.
winning. Okay.
Okay.
So it's a big moment here. We're going to take a deep breath and just commit. Here we go.
We're going to science. No math this week, but we will go to science.
Want the ball.
What is the name of the control center of a cell?
A cell tower?
A cell, like a cell in your body, like the.
The
cell.
mitochondria?
No,
No, the control.
the control center of a cell. Yeah. Jody, you don't know.
Can I go again? Can I go again?
Now you can go again.
Nucleus.
again.
Come on,
It's the nucleus. 2-2. Yeah. Yeah. Come on, 2-1.
All right, come on.
Okay. Rankings or Davis Cup question? You guys pick.
Don't do that. Don't start.
I have
giving
2 questions
options and
here.
shit. Just ask one, bro.
You got this.
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm ready too, guy.
Who did the USA just play in Davis Cup?
Check.
Wow.
Did I win that?
I heard you first. I don't know if it's a delay. He might have got hooked. He said the same answer, but
This shit's rigged, man. This is rigged. This is an inside job, man. This is inside job.
Just like the NCAA is. Just like.
It's like, hey, just handing out losses, man. Fuck.
What did Reedy do? Reedy went and got a trophy?
Yeah. You got a trophy. Where you got a trophy, bro?
So good.
Finally, the guy's finally won. But he won off a lag, though. I bet you answered faster than him. I bet money. For sure.
Dude, wait, so you took a recruiting trip to UCLA?
No lie.
Yeah. I was there in it must have been 2013 or 2014.
Fuck. So we would have met then. We met.
But it was a match day. So like I came like right as match was about to start. I don't know if I think we probably shook hands, but it wasn't like a long thing. And I watched the match and I was
you
walking
don't know
around
him? That's fucked up.
It's okay. I walked around campus
Dude,
with
I'm trying to offset the loss right here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to distract.
with Grant Chen. But yeah,
legend.
man, it was pretty cool. Huge team though, like 15 guys, like a lot of guys. It was a lot. There's a lot going on there. Quick question. I mean, we should be done, but how good are you with losses? Because I remember Zeke Clark was telling me that his old teammate Vukic is pretty like ruthless. So like he would lose a match, like a tough match, 6 in the third, and then he would just be pretty much like numb to the loss and like move on quick. Does it affect you heavy? Like a loss like the other day with Corda 6 in the third? Is it like, or are you pretty good at just moving on?
That one's easy compared to the loss just now.
Okay.
But
I think so too. This one is worse.
not close.
Bro, I felt so bad texting you after that because I was like, I mean, for the audience, they don't know. We've been texting for like maybe 2 weeks now or 3 weeks trying to plan like to get the actual time in. And
opposite time zones, by the way.
yeah, like I was in Europe at first. He was in Vegas. Like we were just all over the place. And I traveled, Justin traveled, he traveled. And then I texted him the day of quarter. So I was like, oh my God. Like I felt bad texting, like just to schedule.
No, dude. It's good. It's like honestly, no. Easy. Sorry for all the back and forth on that one, but but no, with losses, it was one of those that took a long time to learn. It was weird. Like after college, you kind of like in college, you go and you win most of your matches, and then after that, it was like, okay, what is life on the road? And you lose 1 week, and then especially you play qualies of a challenger, and you got to win 3 matches to get any money, any points, and so you lose early 1 week, and then you're waiting around. You go to the next week, maybe you lose early again, and you get 0 money, 0 points, 0 positive feedback. Like nothing outside of internal. And so that was actually really something I had to learn and took time, because of course I'm competitive, and I want to win, and so it's something I've learned to be able to like, okay, move on, move forward. What are the things that I can take away that are good? What do I have to improve on, and what was not good about it, and actually like be a little kinder to myself in a sense.
For sure.
Bro, I know we're not gonna keep you any longer because you have a travel day. So thank you for joining us today, yo. It was fun getting to know you for the last hour. It was fun, and especially playing that game. That was the most fun actually that I've had in a long time on this podcast. So I appreciate you for that one.
And I'll be just stewing on it on the flight, man.
And quickly, if you could see someone coming on this podcast in the near future, who would it be?
Oh man, yeah. I mean, have you gotten Tommy Paul on it?
No,
we haven't.
I don't know how much Tommy is feeling it though.
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah, maybe we can have a word with him again at some point.
Who are the other ones? You got to bring in like a legend like Bradley Klon. Bring in Klon on the podcast.
Really?
His name came up last night in conversation actually when we were like
talking about Darian, yeah.
We were talking about Darian and how the futures were back in the day and the and who he was playing, and that was one of the names that came up.
Dude, has Darian King been on the podcast?
The bro does not want to come on the podcast.
He's been here 10 times while we record, and he doesn't come on.
He's in this house while we record podcasts, and he does not come on.
He doesn't want to do it.
Dude, what about the other boys like a Sam Querrey? You know, the nothing major guys.
We'd like to. I would actually really like to get Steve Johnson on the podcast because we've been arguing about Steve Johnson for like a month.
He would be quality. Yeah,
Really?
he'd be good. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we'll see if we can reach out to him and try and get that one in, so I can ask him myself about this debate we've been having.
Dude, get Mackie on. Come on, you gotta get Mackie. They're brewing. Let's go.
Mackie Maxter, come on. Let's do it.
All right, guys.
Marcos,
Figure
thank
it
you,
out.
brother.
All right,
Safe
Marcos,
travels.
thank you. All the best, huh?
Good night, bro.
Peace.
Good morning. Fuck.